really what you would want to get from us. My name is Paul Gregory. Because of what we have prepared today, I really need not to waste your time. But I want just to introduce something small. Today we are discussing matters education, and matters education is actually has become an enigma. It has become a very big topic in this country, where the transition, we know we are coming from 844 system to a new system called CBC. And the CBC, the competence-based curriculum, is a new system that has come in place. Maybe we shall discover this, whether it has come too fast or it is timely, or we don't know. We shall know this in our talk, so that at the end of the day, we will be in a position to tell whether the system is good for you, pupil, parent, teachers, and the nation at large. Remember that 6 years ago, a new system was introduced to the country that is going to replace 844. So the new system, as we are going to listen, and we shall be getting the topmost information about it, is that it is coming to replace an 844 system that has been there, and according to those who have been in education, they're saying 844 system has been for purposes of examinations and not very competent. Kwa hivyo, what we should do today is really understand what CBC is. With me in studio is a very able, man of God, and of course a teacher. He is going to take us through the CBC, and above all, just tell us how prepared the schools are in the country. He'll be talking so much about private schools, because he is in the private sector. He's going to introduce himself before we go too far. Mwalimu, I give you a chance to introduce yourself.
Thank you.
Perhaps who you are.
All right. Yeah, good morning once again. I'm very much happy this morning to be here at Taswira, Siasa, and I'm happy to be invited here. Gregory, thank you so much. Nisi Television, thank you so much. I am PM Waura, pastor at Mount Gerizim Ministries, and also director, Somewhere Glorious Academy, Bahati and Githurai. By the grace of God, I'm here this morning that we may shed light on some few issues here and there, mountains here and there in CBC, and I'm glad to be sharing what I have with you. Stay there, share this, so that we can educate one another. Thank you so much for giving me this chance this morning. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. Karibu tena sana, mwalimu. This is a platform for you to tell us what CBC is.
Yes.
And how prepared our schools are. But before that, we know that the government started this.
Yes.
And we want to believe that the government is ready for this. But what we are getting from the ground, because we have been going around to see the preparedness of the schools,
yes,
how prepared they are the students, rather the pupils, ready for the system. And also what we have discovered is that students are ready, and very ready actually to move to the next level. But there is a problem with the teacher, with the parents. There's a problem with the schools, yes, the facilities and all that. So just before that, and maybe somebody somewhere would want to know, what is CBC? Just a very short introduction to what CBC is.
Okay, thank you. CBC, as it says, C stands for competence, B stands for based curriculum. We were used to 844 system, but now in CBC we are talking of competence. Yani, we want to move from the exam-oriented exam-oriented program and come now to competence-based curriculum.
Okay.
So I think the easier understanding of CBC to someone who is asking himself or herself, what is this CBC, is competence-based curriculum, as simple as it is. So the backbone of it is competence, whereby you see that we are teaching various, we are all about looking at the different abilities that the learners might have, but in 844 we are so much after completing the syllabus, yeah, you know, mastering the syllabus. But in CBC, we are looking all about competence. Thank you.
Yes, that is. So talking about competence, we are talking about the ability of the child,
Yes.
and not the teachers instructing students, rather to master exams,
Yes.
passing on exams.
Exactly.
And so we are talking about maybe you know, skills.
Yes.
You're impacting the skills to the students.
Very true.
Okay. So it is rather good for our parents to know this. There are those who maybe have not understood this.
Yes, yes.
Wako kule mashambani, wako ndani kabisa. There are parents who maybe the government is taking us to maybe ensure, educate the parent to take them from the older systems where they sit, you know, and wait for the teachers to do everything. I think that is what the CBC is all about.
Yes.
What will you tell a parent who is interior? They do not know so much about this, and how prepared do you think the parents are today?
Okay, all I want to tell the parents, those who are maybe in those interior places of their country and those interior parts of the country, is that CBC, it's not a mystery. You know, as it has been painted in newspapers, in all medias, CBC, it's not a mystery. It's just a curriculum like the older one we had, 844. But now CBC is a more, I think, worked curriculum, which is trying to address the gaps which have been there in education sector. And so I want to tell the parents, those who are there asking themselves what will happen to our learners, in each and every new thing, there are those teething problems, you know, but I know we are going to make it. We are going to bridge the gap, because we have CBC. The task force confirmed to us CBC is here to stay, and it's for the benefit of the learners, because there before, if any learner could have maybe failed in exam, he was regarded as a failure in life. But now in CBC, it is an all-out curriculum, whereby you see that a learner might not be good maybe in mathematics, but he's very good in sports. And therefore, in CBC, we are balancing all these things and say that we are all gifted differently. So I can tell the parents who is asking himself or herself, what will it be, how will tomorrow be about my children, about my learner who has graduated in grade 6 and now ready to join maybe grade 7. It's all for the benefit of the learner. 844 relied much on the teacher, but now in CBC we are relying much on the learner, because there before you could see most of the work was directed to the teachers. They were the one who were doing most of the things and playing the major part of the performance of the learner. But now in CBC, it is an engagement whereby the teacher is relying much on the learner as well as the parent. You know, there before the parents, especially in town setups, they were leaving the child or their children at the mercies of the house helps. Yeah, you could see the parents could arrange the day and say, so and so, after the children are back at home, just assist them to do the assignment, mark for them, assign the diary, because I'm very busy. But now in CBC, you know, the engagement is now deeper. The parent is so much engaged. You know, there before we had those absent fathers and mothers, but now in CBC, because it is a value-based curriculum system.
Yes.
Now, the parent must be present at all times, because you see that some of the times the assignments you carry at home, the assignments are very direct to the parent. Maybe tell your mother or tell your father to assist you to do this and that.
Yes.
So it is a value-based curriculum whereby the parent must be totally involved. So to those parents who are there, nataka kuambia ya kwamba CBC is a nice system. It is a nice curriculum whereby our learners will, at the end of it, benefit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well. It is important for the parent to understand this. But now, has it been, because you've been in the system since it started 6 years ago, how has the parent received the system itself in your locality, that is where you are, especially in a city? Yeah.
Okay. To my understanding, for the last 6 years that we have been implementing CBC, I want to say categorically there has been a lot of challenges here and there, a lot of misunderstanding here and there, a lot of so people have been taking this curriculum as a mystery, and as we are talking this morning, for the last 6 years, parents have not yet absorbed and switched to this new curriculum. And I think one of the challenge is that we have been sharing the 844, and also we have been hosting the CBC at the same time and at the same school. So you will find that a parent might have a learner who is still progressing with the 844, the old system, and the young ones are in the CBC program. Yes. So, for instance, for myself, I'm a father, and I have some learners who are in CBC, and also I have a learner who is now heading to class 8. So, for me to balance, the learner who has been doing the 844 curriculum syllabus, and those who have been doing the CBC, I want to say myself as an educationist, it has also been a challenge to me. Kwa sababu, you see now there is a difference of tackling the assignments. You know, in 844, it's all about answering, mastering. But in CBC, it's all about application. It's all about innovation. You want to check about the ability of the learner. You want to check about the IQ of the learner. Critical thinking must be there in CBC. But in 844 system, I want to tell you, it's all about maybe the results. And so I want to say that for the last 6 years, parents have been in a bit of darkness. You see that parents are not very sure. There has been a lot of rumors, zingine zilikuwa zinatoka kwa walimu, zingine zinatoka kwa wazazi, that CBC is going nowhere. And so for the last 6 years, they have not embraced it in full. But now it's here with us.
There is this notion that parents in urban areas, say in towns, in Nairobi and these other towns, the parents have really embraced the system. And they're really up to it because they find themselves in it. That is the first thing, that they have embraced it. So on the positive side. And then on the negative side, the same people in the urban areas, they seem to be so busy and that they cannot attend to their children fully as required by this. What do you think about the areas where a parent has failed? Not because they don't want to, but because they are too busy, and maybe they arrive at home late in the evening and leave early in the morning. What happens to this kid when he comes or she comes back to school to the following day?
Or I can request the parents who are in town setups is that you must create time for your child. Because sometimes we pass through some challenges in the morning. Probably there are some practical assignments which are always issued on weekends, so that the parent can have maybe time to go and look for the resources and the materials required. And so for the absent parents, you find that in the morning
Yes.
hours on Monday, the learner is not ready to go to school.
Okay,
Why? Because his or her mother has not yet addressed the issues, or he has not yet done the assignment.
Yes.
And so you find that the learner is feeling uneasy to go to school.
Okay.
And they are very reluctant kwa sababu back on his or her mind anajua sijafanya the assignment. Why? The parent was absent.
Busy, yes.
And the teacher back at school is expecting the learner to come back having completed the assignment.
Okay.
So I would request the parents, however busy we are, kindly let's create time for our children and make sure we are fully engaged.
Okay.
Especially in CBC. I would like to say that there is a very high percentage of the parent involvement in this curriculum.
All right. Yes. So that means if the child comes to school without the knowledge of the parent, that the parent has not attended to the child.
Yes.
When the children come to school, there is some incomplete, thing up there. I think so.
Yes, it is. Kwa sababu most of the times you find that the child himself will feel uncomfortable because the last will come saying, no, my mom or my father helped me to make this drum.
Okay. Yeah.
Or my parent helped me to make this shaker.
Oh, yes.
Now, the other learner who have not yet finished the assignment will feel uncomfortable. Yes. And I think it's a challenge because the learner might tend to think that my parents don't love me.
Okay.
They don't take care of me because they are not attending my needs and my issues.
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very well. It also becoming a big problem to other areas.
Yes.
So let's maybe just arrest to a problem in rural areas.
Yes.
Where like now, as opposed to town, where most parents, like 70 to 80% or 90% are educated somehow. Yes. Only that they are busy.
Yes.
But in the other areas, because I happen to be in Turkana in some area, those indigenous areas, where there's a parent who has never stepped to class, and they are told now you have to check on your children's work, you have to mark here, read here and there. So I found this problem so big in such areas. Yes. What that maybe you're not from that area. What is this learner going to do, knowing clearly that her mother or his mother or the father or the parents cannot attend to them as required by the system and the school where they come from? So what do you think will come out from such a people?
For sure, it's a challenge. Yeah. Because when you go through the curriculum designs and you just dig deeper on how CBC is set, I think there is a gray area in its preparation. Yes. Because when you look at it deeper, you find that maybe the technical team that was preparing the curriculum designs, they didn't factor much on those areas. Yes. Because some of the assignments you find in those books or in those curriculum designs, you find that the learner is asked to go to a cyber. Sure. And maybe go and download some pictures. Maybe you find there is a link there. After every subject, there is a link that you can open, which can educate you more. And in those rural areas, I want to say, internet is not there. Sure. Yeah, the smartphones are not there. So those parents, they don't know what is a cyber. Sure. So I always feel with them because the education is, or us as the educationist, we need to see a balanced result, whether you are from the rural area or you are from an urban setup. Okay. So what I can say is that maybe the Ministry of Education can try to look on these issues and try now to equip the schools themselves. Okay. contrary, unajua in town setups,
Yes.
even though the school has not yet put all the facilities in place, the parent can bridge the gap.
Okay.
But now in those rural areas, the parents totally rely 100% on the school itself.
Yes, yes.
Because themselves, they have not been schooled, they don't understand the information technology,
Yes.
they don't understand what is a link, they don't know what is a cyber. And now it's a challenge when the learner will go home and maybe tell the parent, you know, we have been given this assignment. I would also like to say that the teachers who are on those maybe marginalized places and parts of the country,
Yes.
they are doing a very big task,
Yes.
because they are playing the role of the teacher and at the same time the role of the parent. Yeah, so I think it's something that the government maybe can check on it.
Good, very well. We are discussing education matters, and education matters is all about us, and we have to participate in this because it is touching on each and everyone, either the upcoming parents or the current parents. So all parents, wherever you are, you maybe could be young or old, a youth who is yearning and planning to be a parent in future, please, this is a topic that you need to participate. It is a topic that you need to work on. Remember, there is a presidential task force, education presidential task force, that is going across the country, collecting information, information about this. So it is important. So don't run away. As Kenyans, we are used to ignore issues where there is a public participation in your area and you don't want to go there. And after that, there is this problem of not being told. Yet there is these panels that are going across the country. We shall be giving you the areas that they went to and how maybe the information will come out. We have gone to schools in my mission, just walking around to see how prepared are the schools. And most of the public schools, I'm saying most, because I know some might have prepared. But most of the public schools, I think because, I don't know, maybe because of the transition, when they knew the pupils were going to be absorbed in secondary schools. So after the government stopped that going, some schools are still stagnant and have not prepared. Yet time is here and they have to go to school. You come from a private sector, and I know your area, you guys are normally very fast. You know. What do you think about the level of education come that time where now the government, the pupils, like your level, your pupils will be somehow ahead of others? What do you think about those who will be in public schools and they have not yet gotten the platform where to start kick off the education in the lower secondary school?
A good question. According to how the Ministry of Education operates, I think the people who are supposed to be very fast in implementing all these issues is the public school. But contrary to it, as you are saying, in private sector, we are a bit fast on implementing, because one thing, we are on business. And you see that we are quickly implementing anything that the ministry requires us to implement. Why? Because we are in business and we don't want to lose maybe our parents. We don't want to lose our clients. On the other hand, I would like to say that the Ministry of Education is trying to work very hard, but as you are putting it, I want to tell you for sure, people are not yet prepared. Because we have seen the construction of the classrooms. Yes, it is going on. We have seen the desks have been maybe already be taken to the schools. But you see, in junior secondary school, you see that you are supposed to have a fully working laboratory. And now, for you to have set up a lab, for us who are in private sector, a very simple lab will cost you like 400,000.
1,000.
And now you see that the public school has got the resources because they derive their resources from the ministry. But now when it comes to implementation, I think there is somewhere the flow is going a little bit slow because to my belief, I know the government has the resources. And as you have said, the task force has been going throughout the country, allowed correcting the public participation and correcting all the views. They have included the stakeholders, the parents, the teachers. And I believe at the end of it, we will get it right. But to be sincere right now, the parents are in darkness. Especially those in public schools, because we are seeing on news today they will say that for you to join a junior secondary, you must have ABCD. And when you go down there to the schools, for instance, where I come from, we have a neighboring school, a public school, and the neighboring public school has got a very big facility, but the facility is not yet equipped, and so you wonder. They are reporting back, I think, on 30th of January. So if you can count the weeks remaining from today, or the days remaining from today, they are very few. And so the parents are not yet settled because they have not yet been given the guideline. On the other issue, the results of the JSS or for the KIPSIA, we were told that they will be sent to our school portals. So there will not be that flamboyant maybe announcement. The CS would come and announce now, here are the results. And the reason is because we were informed that the results will not be used to maybe help the learners to join various schools. So thereafter, we have been told that they will be domiciled in secondary schools. But now, as per today, is that junior secondary will be hosted by the primary sector. And to me, that's a plus because these are young ones. And maybe to mingle them with the senior boys and girls, maybe they will be overexposed. And so, about the preparedness, I would like to say there is still a gap which can be addressed, but we have seen Honorable Mashogu, our CS, is trying very much to maybe to try and fit in that gap. Yesterday or the day after yesterday, I saw him announcing that the learners will wear different uniforms from the other grade 6 downwards for them to feel, yes, we are still in the same primary level, but we are different. We have graduated maybe to a junior secondary.
Okay, that's fine. I'm also learning that the very system will have their own, structure, the leadership, that is the principal and all that, at that level. You'll tell us this when we come back after this short break, so that we can dissect and go deeper into knowing where our parents and what our parents should know. For those who do not know much about the CBC, please get time to understand it, because it seems 100% that it is here to stay. So we'll ensure that you embrace this and rubber stamp that you are there, and ensure pia ya kwamba you have to participate in assisting your pupil to grow up in the same system. Please, we shall be back after this commercial break. Please stay tuned. The Uongozi Initiative. Uongozi Initiative is under the umbrella of Every Home for Christ. Every Home for Christ is a non-profitable organization that operates in various counties in Kenya, including Mombasa, Kisumu, Nairobi, among others, and is dedicated to sharing the truth and love of Jesus with everyone, everywhere. EHC mission is to serve the church by equipping and mobilizing believers to participate in sharing the truth and the love of Jesus with every person and home on earth. We have ongoing training
prayer mobilization and outreaches in Kajiado, Machakos, Makueni, Kitui, Kilifi, Watamu, Marsabit, Isiolo, Kisumu, Eldoret, and Western region. The EHC vision that every person on earth would have a genuine opportunity to respond to the truth and the love of Jesus. The three unalterable convictions: the Great Commission, the unity in Christ's body, and the power of prayer. The three unalterable convictions. This is Oiko's initiative under the umbrella of Every Home for Christ. You can find us on 0741 65 5608. You can also visit our website at www.everyhomeforchristke.org. The Oiko's initiative, Every Home for Christ.
Are you tired looking for an office for your business? Worry no more. La Estate Management Limited is here for you. For any business office or leasing of offices. We are located along Mombasa Road near JKIA in Gateway Mall, 4th floor, office number E27A. Our offices are open from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us on 0714 134 574 or 0112 915. You can also email us through laestate@gmail.com. La Estate Management Limited, home of immense property value.
Get yourself a prime plot at Dandora Phase 3. Yes, get a prime plot at Dandora Phase 3. The plot size is 30 by 60. Yes, the plot size is 30 by 60. The plot is at the main road, 50 meters from stage 41, Dandora Phase 3. The plot is at the main road, 50 meters from the stage 41, Dandora Phase 3. The prime plot facing the main road has 9 special single rooms with rooms for shops facing the main road. A clean deal. Yes, a very clean deal. The plot has genuine title deed. To visit the plot, contact the owner at 0714 159 967 or 0112 357 744.
Welcome back, my viewer. Something is boiling here. It is Nisi Television, Taswira ya Siasa na Uongozi. Remember, in Taswira ya Siasa na Uongozi, so education happens to come in the system as one of the mountain in the systems. The mountain pastor will tell us this issues as mountains, na milima, and all that in the system. We are bringing this into Siasa ya Taswira ya Siasa na Uongozi because education is one of the promises that each government that comes in place talk about in their manifestos, that they are going to do this and that, ensure their the students and the pupils and the children of the country get education. So we brought this to Taswira ya Siasa so that we can discuss this matter and going deeper into their manifestos and the implementation of what they told us in their campaigns. Back to our discussion. It is about education, that is CBC. We have a question in the screen. The question says, is CBC an enigma? Is it an enigma? Is it something that we need to come, or is it something that does not have an answer, or how you understand it? Please be here with us. With me in studio is the Malimu and the director, who happens to be an educationist, and that is why we are here to discuss matters education. We have just been discussing behind the scenes about a teacher blaming a parent, or the parent blaming a teacher, you know, where now you come to maybe something has been brought up where mtu ameshindwa kufanya kazi yake, and then the teacher says, I did my part. Yes. So just enlighten something on that.
You know, as we are saying, Gregor, is you find that the teacher is always guided by the curriculum design.
Yes.
For any teacher to prepare a lesson plan so that he or she can go and teach in any class.
Yes, yes.
He or she is always guided by the curriculum design. And so the way curriculum design is designed, you now derive your lesson plan from there,
Yes.
which you are going now to administer to the learners.
Correct.
And so the teachers, they try their level best to administer what is there and to teach what is there. And now they pass the baton to the parent. Now I have given the learner the assignment. So it's the work of the parent now to make sure I may attend that assignment.
Yes.
He or she has assisted the learner. Kwa sababu at the end of it, now the parent will now start saying, no, you know, these things are not working. You know, these things are so much involving.
Okay.
But mwalimu atasema, no, you can't pass the blame to me. I did my part. You are supposed to do yours. So at the end of it, there is that blame game.
Oh, yes.
The teacher is saying, I followed the curriculum design.
Correct.
And the parent now is like he or she is not yet ready to assist the learner. And so at the end of it, the learner will be the loser.
Sure.
Kwa sababu sasa it's between the parent and between the teacher. Teacher, I have done my part.
Yes.
The parent, you have not done your part.
Wow.
So it's something that we need maybe to work very closely between the parent, the learner, and the teacher.
Yeah.
Unless we do that, I tell you, for free, it won't work.
Mwalimu, do schools, for this matter, or is there any system, maybe in the government setup, where a parent is also taken through the system so that, all I mean is there room for a parent to be educated or to be sensitized on the system so that they are told, you know, every evening you shall be marking these maths, you shall be attending to this kid in this. Do you people have these forums where you invite parents in school and tell them, now we are going to get this?
Very well. I think that's one of the problem we had when we were starting the implementation of the system, because the parents were not involved. There was not that participation. And so it's like a new thing was being cooked and brought up to the parents without the preparation.
Yes.
And maybe that's where they started rebelling and saying, no, myself, I went through 844 system.
And I'm here.
So hii munaniambia, I don't understand.
Yes.
Yeah, CBC has become a jargon. Unapata kila mtu anasema, what is this CBC? Ukisikia hata vile mtu anadefine what is CBC, you wonder. But what we are doing, especially for us, and I believe most of the private sector are doing it, is creating awareness, sensitizing the parents. Maybe we have the workshops, and sometimes we always call it a clinic day. That's where the parent will now have a talk with the teacher and the learner, one-on-one. After that, we always organize some forums whereby we call parents expert classes.
Yes.
For instance, last year we had a forum for the grade 6 parents. We are preparing them. Now the learners are going to do KIPSEA, a national exam. And after this exam, they are supposed to graduate now to junior secondary. Now you see, unless you create this sensitization, unless you educate the parents, they most are in darkness. And I am worried whether these workshops are going on in those rural areas where the parents are reminded that they are at the innermost part of this system. For it to succeed, the parent must be fully engaged. So I believe that it is something that we need to do and continue doing, create awareness, educate the parents, whether in churches, whether in schools, because of this ignorance, you see some parents just say, hizi vitu ni za matajiri. You can't tell me to give you 10 bob or 20 bob to go to the cyber, and I need to buy for you maziwa. So unless they are sensitized, they won't understand.
Do you think this system is burdenous? Do you think it's a burden to the parents now?
It's a bit a burden because of the setup. I have told you earlier that at the end of every topic, you see there is a link.
Sure.
And the link is not only on the sorry, on the teacher's guidebook. It is also on the learner's copy. So that means the one who was designing it put it there deliberately, such that after you have been taught this lesson at school, you can now go back at home, open this link, watch the videos. You see, now watching these videos, they require you to have some bundles or to have installed Wi-Fi at your home. So there are some bundles which were there, which were not there in the older system. The other thing is that you see that there is a lot of engagements here and there. I hope last year uliona kwa social media walimu wakiwabua nakura kuku.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the practical reasons. Yeah, you see that the parent is being told now, you have to bring a chick, or you have to bring a rabbit.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to bring some eggs. We are going to do a practical in home science.
Yes.
So the parent must go and buy an extra egg, and give the learner to take to the teacher.
May I ask this question on their behalf? So you have 40 pupils in class, and you need they need to slaughter chicken, right? So they come in each with a hen?
Not really. That was what people are saying on social medias, but that was not the same, the truth, because they were supposed to be divided in groups. So if you have maybe, let's say, a class of 40, you can maybe subdivide them into maybe 8 groups. 8 groups of 5, 5, or 5 groups of 8, 8. So each and every group will bring a chick. So when it comes maybe to a practical in maybe in home science, they are doing a lesson on maybe ways of cooking. If they are frying, they will come with some meat. Yeah.
With those pieces enough for all of them.
And they will come with some spices. They will make a meat.
And they have learned, of
course.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Mwalimu, let us get to the real advantages of CBC.
Yeah.
What are the advantages?
Wow, this is very good. And apart from the challenges maybe we have addressed, there are very serious advantages of the of this curriculum, whereby we are now shifting, or we have already shifted from the exam-oriented system to a competence-based system. There before, a learner who was maybe regarded as a chopi during our time, ni mwenye angepata maybe 400 marks out of 500. And they were regarded as now the best runners. But now it's different in CBC, because in CBC we are talking of critical thinking. We are talking of the learner's creativity. We are talking of the learners how they are solving their problems. And so you find that one of the advantage that CBC has brought is that it has equalized all learners. And it has brought to our attention that all learners are gifted differently. Having said that, you find that maybe a learner is not good in mathematics, maybe the learner is not good in science. When it comes to technical courses, when it comes to maybe arts, when it comes to music, you find that the learner is so much gifted and talented. So in CBC, we are growing the talents. Kind of instilling now the knowledge, we are growing the talents that any learner might have. For instance, tuna kijana mmoja who is very much gifted in drawing, in art. And you find that we have created an art club. yeah, whereby the learners can compete on drawing.
Yes.
Anaweza kuambia, just give me your photo and he will draw it.
Oh, yeah.
And it will just look like you.
Yes.
So that is one advantage, because they are in there before in 844 system, we were so much pressurizing the learner. You must get an A in maths.
Yes.
You must get an A in
Like
English.
everybody should be a doctor.
That's the case, because you see in 844 it's like we were being prepared for white collar jobs.
Sure.
And it's a challenge because those jobs are not there. Sure. The government of the day is toiling up and down saying that you are going to create 500,000 job opportunities for our young people. But now in CBC, it's training the learner. You can become your own employer. Okay. And you can employ others. You can rely on your own. Some of the technical skills that are being instilled. In fact, for now, for the grade 6 learners who have already now graduated to the grade 7 or junior secondary, we have they have already been taken through agriculture lessons. Okay. In agriculture, they were making some beds, yeah, whereby they could maybe plant a sukuma. Okay. They could plant spinach. Yes. They could keep a rabbit. They could keep a hen. And now you notice between the learners, yes, there are those who are so much drawn to agriculture. Yes. And so you understand at the back of your mind, you see that this learner in future, it can become a good farmer. Yes. So it's not a must that after he is through with the system, he must be employed. No. He or herself can employ, yes, and employ others, okay, become an employer, sure, and create jobs. And I think that is one thing that draw the government to a conclusion. We need to change our curriculum, okay, yes, because if you check on our constitution, the spirit of the constitution says that we should increase the what do I call it? Yani, we are supposed to increase the work base. Yani, it's not a must that after you are through with the system, you must be absorbed by an employer. Yeah. You can become an employer yourself, yes, by what you have gained from school. Yeah. And so I think CBC will also help the government maybe to achieve the Vision 2030. It will also help the government maybe to be at least at ease with the case of unemployment.
Very well. So, are there disadvantages?
There are disadvantages, yes, but before I go to disadvantages, yes, let me also include wealth creation. CBC will increase wealth creation, okay, in this manner. If I am an agriculture student or learner, after I am through, and even before I am through with my system, especially this it is an advantage to those in rural areas. Okay. I can have my own bed, whereby I can be maybe planting some sukuma wikis, okay, and during the weekend I can sell them, oh, yes, to the nearby market. Sure. Yeah, I can keep a hen, whereby maybe after some months it has already hatched, okay, na imeongezeka, and by the end of my maybe class 6 year, I can sell all those chicken and maybe buy a rabbit. Sure. You see, now we are creating wealth by the knowledge we are instilling on the learners. Okay. So before I mention about the disadvantage, because they are there, you also see that CBC also accommodates other disciplines, because for a big span, kumekuwa na hiyo hali ya indiscipline, whereby the children could not honor their seniors. Oh. And now CBC is trying now to take us back to roots. Okay. Whereby nowadays you can hear the learners talking about magic words, whereby you can say, I'm very sorry, yeah, welcome, those magic words. Because CBC, it's all about value-based curriculum, whereby we are training the learner to become a mature and a reliable citizen. Sure. So another advantage, as I wind up on the advantages, is that it the lives, or it cleans our minds that it's not that I must be employed after school.
Oh, yes.
You are prepared because of the technical courses which you have already received, that you can go and start your own life. Now to the disadvantage, one of the disadvantage is that there is no much competition.
Okay.
There before, we could see the school celebrating the outcomes of the results. We hand 15 learners with over 400 marks.
Yes,
we hand 20 learners. Yes, you can see people jumping here and there on buses, singing songs. But now in CBC, there is no that competition. And you know, there are some learners who only drives in competition. There are those who are not self-driven. So, but when there is a competition, anaona ya kwamba if I don't work hard, maybe I'll be number last. And now in CBC, because there is no ranking, that's one thing. Okay. So for the learners who are not self-driven, they tend to relax. And so it's the work of the teacher to know how do my learners look. Learner A and learner B are different. How? Learner A is self-driven, self-motivated, but learner B must be given some little pressure so that he or she can do what is expected. Yes. So that's one disadvantage. Yes. There is no competition. Another disadvantage on CBC is that now this goes direct to the parent. In 844, it was all about the parent and the learner. Okay. The parent, the teacher and the learner. But now in CBC, it's all about the parent and the learner. So it's time consuming for the parent. Even for those in a city setup, we started by saying that they must look for time because CBC is so much engaging. So it is another disadvantage to the parents because they might tend to see, and that's the reality, that for those even who works maybe over time, you see that they must create that space, they must create that time. The other disadvantage is that right now, the teachers are not well prepared. Okay. And so there is that disadvantage to the learner now, goes direct to the learner, that the implementation is not yet fully planned. Or people are not yet prepared. Some resources, right now we are talking of grade 7, but I can tell you there are some textbooks which are already there, but there are some which are still missing. The other disadvantage, when we were running ourselves, you could find that the firstborn used a textbook. The parent bought the textbooks for the firstborn. All the learners will use those textbooks. They could hand over. They could hand over. But now in CBC, it's very tricky because you answer the questions on the workbook. You write there on the textbook. Yes. So after you are through with that book, you can't give it to another learner who is behind you. For instance, you have a learner in grade 3 and another one in grade 1. The books that the learner in grade 3 is using, the brother or sister who is at grade 1 cannot use because they are already filled up. Question is there and a gap to fill. So once you are through with a book, you are through with it. So the parent is buying a book every year. That is another challenge. Yes. And the other challenge we have talked about is that it's a bit costly because kando na kulipa school fees, there are so other engagements here and there. You go to the cyber, do this and that. So it's also a disadvantage to the parent because it looks like it's a bit costly. Yeah, so those are some of the disadvantages. Maybe I can talk right now.
Now, I'm looking at a home where a parent is blessed with like 4 or 5 children. Yes. And all of them are in the system. Yes. If they are coming up, one is in grade 1, 4 like that. And then they are, they are going to have a very big library at home for these books.
Very true.
So what about the books after this person has moved to the next level?
After you move to the next level, those books are already filled up because the questions are on the textbooks. You know, in a 844 system, the textbook could carry questions, but you could answer the questions on a separate book.
Yes. So that the book can be used by somebody else.
Exactly. And also, especially in town setups, we are used to go and exchange a book.
Exactly.
And you under a few amount, like 100 or 150, you give the old book, you be given now the next class book at a less amount. But nowadays, now the CBC books, once you are through with it.
This thing is scrapping off the aspect of revision, like we have revision papers in the previous, in the outgoing system. So the revision books and papers will not be there, kind of?
It's like they have been already being eliminated.
Okay.
Because, for instance, you find that there is English book and English workbook. There are two textbooks. There is a workbook whereby you are asked the questions and you are supposed to fill on the workbook. So it's a challenge. It's a burden to the parent. As you are saying, at the end of it, you might find that you have a very huge library at home. Unused library. Yeah.
So parents, prepare to have another room for books at home.
That's true.
If you're supposed to have store ya mahindi, then look for a store ya vitabu.
Very true.
At home. All said and done, the system is here to stay. What could be the suggestion for us for this kind of system? Because these books are actually a waste.
Yes.
What could be a suggestion? I don't know. I hope the presidential working whatever task force are working on this as well, so that this thing can be reused, so that it can be recycled and taken back to the land. Because now that one is a waste. Even if it is going to be given for free by the government, then it is still a burden and a waste.
It's a burden.
What could be a suggestion for such?
My suggestion for such is that people should go back to the drawing board, the publishers, together with the stakeholders, the KICD, the developers of the curriculum designs, and maybe relook at it again, because there is no need of, in fact, 1 year in a well-managed class, the book is still very new. Very new. And if the book is still very new, and you tell me that after 1 year I threw it away, and then to me I think that's a waste. So to my suggestion and my plea to the publishers and the developers of the curriculum is that maybe they can look on this issue and maybe return the books which were there. Yes, it is a new curriculum, it's a CBC book, but the design should be relooked again, such that the questions can be answered on the on other books, because there is no need of asking the parent to bring the exercise books, and at the same time there are questions which are being answered on the textbook. That's my suggestion.
Sure. I don't know what your suggestion is for those who are watching us on Facebook, that is Nisi Television. Also YouTube is Nisi Television. Those who are watching mainstream, that is Signet Nisi Television. Be free to send in your views, share with us all that you have for this, because this one is for both us, you know, a teacher and a parent. The other day we heard the president say, hii ni kazi ya sisi wote. So let us participate in it. And if possible, I would maybe urge the government to add more efforts in educating wananchi. Isipokuwa Kenyans are people who don't go to public participation forums. Mimi, I would suggest to you that if you hear that there is a public participation somewhere, please don't leave it to other people and say it is a political, it is an issue for politicians and those who want these positions. So it is important for you to participate in this. You can also participate by sending in your views, share with us, and we shall be in a position to tell what really is for this. And as we proceed. I can see in Facebook somebody, Mwaniki coordinator, watching this. Anasema msalimike. Msalimike in Swahili, kwanza ameharibu Kiswahili sana, but he is greeting us. Thank you, asante sana, karibu. Somebody is trying to do Swahili Gikuyu here. John Mwangi, following the discussion and getting insights about our education system. Sure, thank you so much. Yeah, please don't just sit there, James. Participate. Send your views. Tell us ni nini unaona kinachanganya wapi. Share with us so that there is this parent somewhere who does not have time for their children. Give us these suggestions and also help them do this. You can also share the same link to your friends and relatives and those who are able to watch. Let us tuwasaidie. Remember, we also belong to other family members kule nje. That means in rural areas.
Yes.
I believe many people come from rural areas, apart from a few young men who are born in Nairobi ambao hawajui kama kuna kitu kinaitwa huko mashambani. They don't know, some of us, even my cameraman around here. Some don't know kama kuna kitu kinaitwa ushago. Wanaisikia tu. So please, there are parents kule at home. They cannot access internet at all. I don't know what Mr. President, my friend, is doing for this, so that at least there should be electricity, there should be network there. Yes. They should have, if not smartphones, at least a laptop that parents can access this. Mwalimu, I was sharing this with you. There is a parent in Turkana actually. This parent, when we visited him, a lady actually, when we visited her, yes, she told us, now, me, I never went to school. And kuna haja mimi mnisumbue tena kwanza kusoma na mtoto. Kama atashindo chaende chunge ngombe. Meaning, maybe it is it's a burden to them. Yes. So my urge to you people is that please share with these people so that we may be in a position to go together in the system as our children, because I'm realizing that if we go like in the 6 years down the line since the CBC was introduced, still there's a problem down. Yes. There is still no electricity, there is still no network. Yes. And if there is a cyber that inakaa ushago tu, nika cyber kanakaa cyber ushago. Kwa hivyo hata kama kana net, ni kama ile jiko ya kupepeta, you know? Yes. Something must be done. Something must be done. So 6 years down the line, the government must do something to kutuweka at par. Yes. Grace Moher, following the CBC conversation from Bypass. Yes, I hope you're not stagnant there. Thank you so much for those who are watching and those who are following this. Remember, I still remind you that it is for all of us. Discuss this. For those who think that wewe bado ni kijana, you're coming to meet CBC, maybe start practicing these books. Buy them in advance so that you can learn to answer questions from your pupils or rather children at home. I've been talking about disadvantages and advantages of this, and something came into my mind, and I was looking at a class like the system that we were in, the 844 system, where you find, like you said, a very active pupil in class. This person is good in maths. This person is good in this, you know, we used to call them heavy subjects. They are very good in them. Yet there is another one who is good in football, games, and all such like things. So there are two categories. Yet there is also one hapa katikati. Yes. This person sio classwork, sio games, yuko tu. Ukimuuliza unataka kuwa nini? Mimi ninasoma. Is CBC is the system concerned about this person in the middle here?
CBC is so much concerned about that person.
Yes.
Because one of the things that the teacher must do in class is recognizing the ability of the learners. As I said that you are gifted differently, now the teacher, because is a professional, he also has the ability to now guide the learner.
Yes.
Yeah, you see now the teacher can now direct the learner. I can see you can do this. Kindly, can you try and do this? I can see you are good in this. Kindly, can you do this? And that's why we talk about maybe career advisors.
Yes.
Now it's starting at the lower stage, because about career advisors, we always speak about them when we are almost winding up the secondary level education. But right now, the teacher himself is supposed to be the career advisor for the learner, guide the learner. I can see you are good in sports. Kindly proceed, encourage. I can see you are good in maths. Unajua, there are those who are in the middle cadre, as you are saying.
Yes.
Some of them need to be unlocked.
Yes.
Because there are those who feel that I'm not equal to Fulani,
yes,
because I'm not at the top of the class.
Yes,
but when they are unlocked and charged,
yes,
you find that they are there at the top.
Okay.
For those maybe who are gifted differently,
yes,
there are those maybe who are gifted in music, the teacher should encourage.
Yes.
And that's why right now we are doing music, we are doing art and craft, we are doing agriculture, we are doing integrated science, because I believe the way God created us, there is something unique He deposited in each and every one of us.
Okay.
And so that unique deposit that is inside us needs to be unlocked. Sure. And that's why I always say as a teacher that we will be answerable even before God.
Sure.
Because when God created everybody, there is something unique He deposited in each and every one of us.
Yes. On that note, what did God deposit in you? Was there, rather, is there anything that God deposited that you have not discovered? You know, kuna wale wana discover their talents wakiwa wazee.
Yes.
So please try and discover your child's, what has been deposited in your child. Assist these teachers to do that.
Yes.
I think, Mr. Director, now I come to Director. I want to talk about you and is it Samoa or
Samoa?
Yeah. I want you to sell to us the achievements of your school. Where is your school situated? Or how have you been running it? Not because you want to take the notes to the government. Maybe we may, so that we tell them this is what you should be doing.
Yes.
Where is this a good school situated? How is it?
Yeah.
What is the process of transition? How prepared are you as a person?
Thank you so much once again for this opportunity now to speak about Samoa Glorious Education Center. Samoa Glorious, we are located in Bahati, Bahati Mwisho, that's where we are.
Bahati in Nairobi.
Bahati in Nairobi County. Okay. We are on Eastrans, and also we have another branch on Kithurai 45. And we thank God we are doing well. And in Samoa Glorious, it's a place where we always say that everybody is somebody. In fact, we have an anthem there which says that everybody in Samoa Glorious is somebody. And that's why we now talk about the holistic development of any learner. And by the grace of God, as a school director, I'm also a pastor. And so in me, I have a very strong urge to bring God to the learners at the early foundation years. As I prepare them for the academic life, I also bring Christ in their lives. So Samoa Glorious is a Christian founded school, and whereby we have a very strong faith, whereby we also have a school keepers, which now is it's our propelling power. In Daniel chapter number 12, whereby we say that those who read others to do good shall shine forever like stars. So by leading the learners to do good, I personally, I believe one day I will shine. By helping these learners to understand and realize their abilities, to understand the deposits that God has given them, I'm very sure that they will shine and they will lead others even to God. So in Samoa Glorious, we are doing a CBC. We are at the climax of it. We had our class which graduated and did the KIPSIA exam. We are believing God they will do it well, even though the marks or the outcome of the result will not help them to join maybe various or different schools. They will transit well prepared, mature learners at their age, and people who are self-driven.
Yes.
And so that's what we are doing there. And we also have some extras. We are doing French lessons for free, whereby we want our learners to feel, yes, we are in summer glorious. We are also doing computer classes for free, whereby right now we are talking that there are some parents who don't understand even cyber, what is there in a cyber, what is internet. But as in summer glorious, we have went a step ahead and given our learners that opportunity. And we are doing it for free. We are not charging it maybe an extra charge from the school fees. Yeah, it is included there because we want to give this generation the best. So in Summer Glorious, we are so much interested with the learners. In fact, as a private institution, it's passion that brought us there. And as I've said, as a pastor, nikaona hapa there is an opportunity for me to reach the parents. There is a bridge here. Especially, I would like to say this in camera, in Easterns, there are some parents who have already been hooked by maybe alcoholism. And when we are now attending the runners, we have a bridge to reach the parents. And during maybe our academic clinics, I now have a chance to speak to the parent direct. And maybe from there, we can build a rapport whereby I can now even maybe now go to him or her privately without even the knowledge of the learner. And now I can maybe mentor him or bring God to him. And maybe I would like to say that I have helped some. There are some who have already changed. There are those who are now saying that by bringing their learners to Summer Glorious, they have changed their lives. There are those who have not been going to church. In fact, every Monday morning on parade, the teacher on duty must ask whether all the learners attended to church. That's one of the things we do on every Monday morning. And now, if you didn't attend the church, you are asked to be left behind and answer the question, why didn't you go to church? And from that thing, now the learners will tell the parent, you know what? I am the only one who didn't go to church. Even if you, mom, you don't go to church, just choose one church for me where you will be directing me to go so that I can go and worship God. And through that, the parents have now started changing. Those who have not been going to church, they are now changed. They have become started becoming good citizens. And also the work of God inakuwa easier. So I can assure all those who are viewing us at Nisi television, when you bring your learner at Summer Glorious, be settled. Atakuwa brought up holistically. We bring God to him. We bring CBC to its fullest. We have very able and qualified teachers, whereby we always take them for workshops. After we stay for some months, we look for a workshop. They go and do a refresher course about the CBC so that we can be in a position to implement it to the full. And I'm very much happy because in Bahati, we are in Easterns, there are so many public schools. So many. Contrary to some other parts of the town or of the city. But by the grace of God, because of what we are doing, we have a good number of learners. And the one thing that is making me feel happy and feel that I have achieved, it's because even though they go to do interviews to these public schools, maybe because the parent maybe amesikia now to pay this fee, imekuwa ni challenge kwangu, we always get feedbacks that our learners will pass any given interview. For instance, right now, we are starting a new year. There are those who have transferred from our school, and there are those who are transferring from other schools coming back to us. So by the grace of God, we are doing well, and we have godly teachers, because that is another issue for us. For you to qualify to be one of our teachers, you must have a Christian faith. And I thank God. Right now, we have some few runners who are from the Muslim faith
Oh, yeah.
in our school, and
Converted.
we let the parents understand.
Okay.
We don't do IRE, but they are ready. They say now let them do CRE.
Yes.
At the same time, we will teach them our faith
Yes.
after the class.
Okay.
So we are an all-out school. Even if you are there at Easily, our neighborlings, you are a Muslim, feel free to join us.
Okay.
Come. We will let your learner have an all-out, a holistic life. And by the grace of God, there are those who are coming all the way from Donholm, others from Kariobangi. And we thank God we are doing good. So even this year, 2023,
Yes.
the doors are open. Kindly, our parents who are watching us, refer some parents to us, and we continue growing together.
Very well. Thank you so much. Because I wanted to talk about the achievements, you've done that.
Yes.
In at least telling us you have a Muslim. You're not converting them.
Yes.
But if they want to be converted, you may.
Yeah.
Give us, I would like you to give us just, because you are to come here with pupils.
Yes,
A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl,
And
yeah.
you have their names,
Yeah.
definitely. Only that you could have brought the
Yeah.
pictures so that at least we display them.
Yeah.
So tell us something about the two, a boy and a girl. If you want to do four,
Yeah.
how are they doing?
Yeah.
Are they okay to be
Yes.
absorbed there in
Yeah.
school, or they want to
Yeah.
go to other schools? Just in a few seconds, maybe 1 minute or so.
We had a word of learners, Penina Wamuyo and Leon Kingora, and we have really prepared them to join the grade 7, the junior secondary, and I want to say categorically that I'm very, very sure they have done good,
Okay.
and their performance is at their best.
Okay.
And we have prepared them to join the next level. Their parents are very much prepared. We have had a very nice engagement with the parents, with the learners, and they are part of the family. For staying with them for the last 9 years, they have become, they have been part of our family. In fact, Penina Wamoyo, the mother is outside the country.
Oh, yes.
So we have been taking care of the learner under the guardian of the Shosho, and the parent always travels to come and just say thank you for taking care of my daughter. So I want to say that I was to come to them here in studio.
Yes.
At least they could have spoke one or two things about our school. I thank God you are there together with us last year during our PP2 graduation learners, where 84 graduates graduated to grade 1. And I know you witnessed. We have so many clubs. We have some reporters. That is the Mass Club. We have Scouts. We have the home science clubs. We have debate clubs. We have CU clubs. There are so many clubs which are ongoing there. And I thank God because of some more voices. They are doing good. In fact, when they heard that we are coming live on Nisi television, they were like, wow, we will now interact with the presenters. So we are doing good, and we are happy.
Thank you so much. That is director. Call him PM Maura. Director Samoa.
Samoa Glorious Academy.
Yeah, that is the name of the school. And Wamoyo and the class, we wish you all the best. We will still visit you in school, interact with you, and really encourage you. For those who have been watching, especially if you are a director somewhere, you are a teacher, and you think you would like to share with us this, please, you're welcome. Talk to us. We'll be in a position to encourage you. We shall be visiting somewhere again to see the transition, how you are prepared, your classrooms, your laboratories, so that we may expose you positively or negatively if you are doing a wrong thing.
Very true.
My name is Paul Gregory. I've been with the director in studio. We come to the end of this show. We shall be back here next Thursday, God willing, to discuss much about Siasa na Uongozi, politics and leadership. Remember, each and every one of us, we are leaders in various areas. So how are you leading? How are you being led? Are you somebody who is ready to work, or are you somebody who is arrogant and always ready to push people to the wall, or ni mtu ambaye unajitambua? Kumbuka ya kwamba you are a daughter and a son of God somewhere. You need to be a good person. Karibu tena Alhamisi ijayo katika Siasa na Uongozi. Tunachapa lugha zote, kwa hivyo sione ni Viingereza tu. Kama unafikiria Kiswahili chako kinaweza kukinzana na kuenda sawia na changu, basi njoo tusemezane, tuelezane, tuelimishane. Hadi juma lijalo, kwa heri ya kuonana.
Television, the house of rest. Welcome to Nisi Television, the house of rest. Welcome to Nisi Television.